against the Queen City Corsairs.
First and 10 from the Gladiator, 21-yard. Come on, big D, let's go, baby, Number 4 with the 10. The pickup of 3 on the play. Number 52 with the tackle. Hey, baby. Second and 6. Ball at the 24-yard. First and 10 from the Gladiator, 43-yard. Second and 1 from the Gladiator, 48-yard. First and 10. Ball at the 44-yard.
Comes out first and 10. Jason Williams is the running back. JQ is the fullback in front of him. Here's the drop back by McLean. Fires down the field. It's intercepted. So we have back-to-back picks to start the game. As Kappa Jones snags that one out of the air. Pass intended for number 19, Van Kalia. I believe is how you say that.
Ben Kalia, yeah, week 3.
City's back on the field.
They're like nothing ever happened. Here we go.
2 receivers in the formation, tight end flex out is Jake Matthews Jr. That was a 2-yard gain to the Queen City 48. On first down, it's 2nd and 8 from their own 48. Caswell changing the play. Offside, free play. Caswell over to Stephen Hacker.
I'll probably take the penalty, Colin, preserve the down, and still get the distance.
Neutral zone infraction.
So you can see R62 made the trip with us here over to the United Kingdom.
And the penalty is called on number 94, the defensive end, Tony Adamson, rather.
Yeah, you know, everybody likes to, has their issues with R62, especially when calls go against your team or whoever you're rooting for. But I got to tell you, that dude flew over here with us in coach. I mean, he's a big deal. He sits in coach. He's a regular guy.
Jet Zero sweeping wide, breaking a tackle. He's got the first down and more. Zero down the sideline 30. And he will get down to about the 20-yard line. First down for Queen City.
I didn't see who they're going to give the credit to the tackle there, Colin. Maybe you can see it on the replay here. But Jet Zero took a pound of flesh out of him as he ran over him in the process of being tackled. We've got a couple of delays that pop up now and then, so you might, not sure if you're seeing that or not. That was a heck of a play. Heck of a run by Zero.
They'll mark the ball up to 22, 1st and 10. Caswell under center. Changes the play. He's back to throw. 3-step drop to the sideline, and Chris Curtis makes a 4-yard reception to the 18.
I don't know if Curtis was maybe didn't get the memo on the change play, but he was not in a good position to do anything with the ball once it headed his way. Do you agree?
I agree. There was no one around him, and he got up and picked up a couple more yards.
Just kind of on the sideline. Here we go.
And the throw out to number 82, the wide receiver, Luther God, the week 6 signing, number 82, takes it down to the London 10 where it'll be 1st and 10.
Well, Colin, this gets the Rick meter a little itchy, a little twitchy here. Starts at neutral, as everybody knows.
Split backs, 3 tight ends. Here's the get to Zero running wide on that sweep play. We've seen it several times, and this time it only picks up 2.
Well defended by your London Knights.
Zero, 55 yards on 4 carries. Long was about 30 on that previous drive. Previous carry he had. There's Jack Russell. Now they line up with 3 backs in the backfield, extra tight end. Zero on the carry, and Jet will get down to the 6-yard line. It'll be 3rd and 5. They can get a first down without scoring.
As Leonard Skinner would say, nothing fancy here from the Corsairs so far down in the red zone.
Stephen Hacker, top of the bunch. He's looking to gain 1,000 receiving yards for the year. He needs 1 catch for 8 yards. Play action fake by Caswell, and down he goes.
Oh, It was a
Down he goes. There was a huge sack on the play by William Davidson, number 59, the defensive tackle.
beautiful play fake, and Davidson just beats his man. Good individual effort there. Forcing
a kick by James Troll, number 11. They call him Peanuts, and
do we know why?
I don't know why they call him Peanuts, but he kicks the field goal, and it's up and good from 27. You're watching the Simulation Football League on for the fans in 11 sports. Okay.
And you're back.
Back here in London, Queen City gets a field goal to go up 3-0 on the London Knights following the Angus McLean interception. And they'll kick it deep to the ever dangerous Gabriel Manning. Fields this from about his goal line, and Manning cutting out and down to the 22. Apologize for those earlier technical difficulties.
Seem to have them worked out. Thank you for sticking with us. So after trading interceptions, Queen City goes down and does put some points in it. So the Rick meter, they want to see an actual series. The Rick meter does from the Knights, but it's looking good for the Corsairs at this point.
And London throws again. This time Angus McLean completes over the middle. That is the man who he was trying to intend for. That was...
What number was that?
Number 19,
Vin Kalia.
Vin Kalia picks up about 10 yards on the play. Jason Williams is the tailback, and the offset eye gets the carry. And the man they call Williams picks up a yard to the 33. For the Queen City defense, set them up for you. They have defensive end Jeff Duffy, number 53. David Tillery, a week 3 signing. He's number 94, the other defensive end. Benjamin Garcia, the 3rd-round draft pick, is defensive tackle. Linebackers, Avery King, number 44, and Amula Falabi.
Free play.
The Knights complete this pass out to, I believe that is Evan Wood.
The right end for Queen City.
The right tight end number.
Got a little anxious there. Sorry, Colin.
And Duffy was the man called for the infraction, so London will take the 5 yards. Defensive foul. Amula Falabi is the outside linebacker, number 51. Joining him is Albert Bejan, week 4 signing. Nane Ferris, number 37, is the corner. Nachos Sicario is the other corner.
Sicario.
As Jason Williams gets the carry, breaks the tackle, and picks up a first down to the 43. He took Began along with him for the ride and picks up a first down.
And the Corsairs got a nice little drive so far going for them here, Colin. Corsairs. When I say Corsairs, I meant the Knights.
Yeah, Knights.
Yeah. Of course. Don't give me the sinister fish shake anymore.
Here's the give to Williams. He's hung up in the backfield, and that is Jeff Duffy making the tackle. As far as the rest of the safeties go, we have Stenzo Woods Jr., number 21, Chris Dodd, number 49, and Kappa Jones, number 28. The strong safety, Avery King, is the star of this group. He's in his 8th season overall in the SFL. Previously spent time with the Skyhawks. Throw over the middle is complete. That is Robert Garrett Jr., the other tight end, number 86. So they have an embarrassment of weapons. Saren Storm, the rookie, third-round draft pick, number 12. Gabriel Manning, the big free agent acquisition previously with San Francisco. And the tight ends, Garrett Jr. and Evan Wood. The throw is complete for a first down yardage. That is Robert Garrett Jr. out of bounds to Corsair, 33-yard line. Kappa Jones on the tackle.
That's just a nice play call, and they may have the Corsairs on the defensive side kind of guessing a little bit. We'll see as this drive, should this drive progress.
We have a 1st and 10 at the 33. 2 tight ends in the game, 1 receiver either side. Single back is Williams. Staring at a 4-3 defense. McLean drops back to throw, drops this off to Evan Wood, and Evan Wood picks up a first down to the 22.
Well, McLean, Colin, kind of finding his spot, sort of taking what the defense will give them. I think that's an encouraging sign for Liam and the Knights at this point in the early sledding.
It's off a lobby. Previously spent time in Chicago, Sioux Falls, Mexico City, St. Louis. Been around the block quite a bit as Jace Williams takes there, breaks the tackle, and he gets down to the 7-yard line. Where will be 1st and goal?
Nice. Nice, solid run in the home crowd. Getting excited here. After
he ran over poor Christopher Dodd. Had no chance. As we're approaching the end of the first quarter, McLean has his team 1st and goal at the 7, looking to take a lead. They're currently down 3-0. 2 tight ends to one side. Williams, the deep back. Manning to the bottom of the screen as the low wide receiver. Here's to get to Williams. Breaks another tackle, but can't break the second one. And they say he'll move forward to the 6-yard line.
I think he got stood up there by number 43 for the Corsairs.
49.
49, my mistake, thank you. And that is
Chris Dodd.
Chris Dodd.
Now they go empty. McLean over the middle. Oh, he had the touchdown in his hands, did Evan Wood, but he dropped it. In heavy traffic, and it'll be 3rd and goal. Avery King with the
breakup, maybe?
With the breakup, yes,
sure.
We'll call that.
We're not getting another look at it from the truck.
We have 1st and 3rd and goal from the 6. Angus, quick drop over the middle, slant cut, touchdown!
There it is. Did you see the refs stick their arms up and then
And
down?
he takes a nap of the football. That's the first time this year we've seen that celebration. And London takes a 6-3 lead.
Then Kalia.
As Kalia again on the slant cut, catches it in traffic and breaks the tackle for good measure.
I see why those refs put their arms up and then yank them down so quickly. The scrum was headed towards them. They're trying to get out of the way. Unless you're Macaulay Culkin, it's tough to run around with your hands in the air.
JT Dunleavy. Extra point is up and good. So with 4 seconds left in the first quarter, London takes a 7-3 lead over Queen City. Boy, things are about to get interesting here at Queens Way.
Yeah, it is, and it confounds the Rick meter, by the way. The salvage Krupp diesel from the German U-boat is up and running. Thanks for checking on that, everybody. And I think it's still at neutral right now. Both teams have had scoring drives.
Here is the kickoff. Lands in the arms of the returner. And it's Luther, and he gets to the 20. So we've reached the end of the first quarter. And the London Knights are in front of the Queen City Corsairs at a score of 7-3. You're watching the Simulation Football League on For the Fans in 11 Sports. Back on the field, Corsairs. That's Chris Curtis catching that ball. He was wide open. Jack Russell brought him down.
He's a dog.
45 and Caswell. Currently still working through that interception. Has operating with split backs. First and 10. Caswell
Sitting on break 3 for
throws
210.
for Jake Matthews Jr., but the throw is knocked away by number 52 for London. That was Samuel Cassidy, knocked that away. It'll be 2nd and 10. They have two offensive linemen, Griffin King, the 2nd-round draft pick, and Freddie Tubbs Jr. at center. Griffin King at tackle. Here's the throw up to Curtis, breaks the tackle, and maneuvering niftily along the sideline to the 39-yard line is Curtis' second catch this drive. Good for first down.
Get another look at it here. Good thing those dance lessons seem to have paid off, from his youth. Hey, for those of viewing for the first time, what are you watching? Simulation Football League is the first controllerless esport allowing you, the viewer, to participate in all the action in the field without a controller in your hands. Visit simulationfootball.net for details on how to get started with a team and in the league.
3 tight ends on the field for the Corsairs. Caswell will turn, gives to Jet Zero again, cuts inside, broke a tackle, and picks up 2 yards. You know, they're running with just a contracted fullback back there. Jet Zero, their first-round pick, 5'11", 230. And we've seen quite a few teams do this over the years, and it's interesting to see Eric Barkley, who has quite a few championship rings on his fingers, trying a little something different. First and 10 at the shotgun, and Caswell, he goes down again. And that is William Davidson bursting through, and that'll be a sack all the way back to the London 43.
We'll have to check the stats. Thank you, Jacob Clear and Laura Harrell. But that should be 59's and second sack of the game on.
I believe you would be correct on that. We have 3rd and 14. It's a long one coming up. Caswell under center. Empty backfield staring at what appears to be a dime defense. He goes over the middle. Second. Oh, dropped by Curtis. Marquise Reed, the free safety, broke that up.
Yeah, the London secondary and linebackers were sinking back along the line to gain to prevent exactly that from happening. And it's a little bit of a mistake that he even had a window to catch that ball, but they were on top of it and jar it loose.
We'll get to the rest of their lineups in just a moment for London next time they're on defense. Meanwhile for Queens City, Ricky Matthews on to punt. The guy who did their place kicking duties for a number of years as well, but just got back to the punting. And this will be down all the way inside the 5 at the 3. So with 8:42 left in the second, you're watching the Simulation Football League on 11 Sports and 40.
Apparently, All right, 1 minute. You're back.
Back here in London, England, the Knights take over on their own 3, but they have a 4-point lead. Angus McLean under center, with Jason Williams in the backfield. In front of them is JQ. Here's the kid to Williams. Broke a tackle. We'll get to the 4-yard line. They'll call it a pickup of 1.
Trying to get him a little space to operate. All he can get is 1, and you can go back to that kick. Special teams play and the kick return unit, kind of goofing it up and letting it bounce and not fielding it.
2 tight ends to the bottom side. Here's the power play that way. Muscling to the 5 is Williams, and they'll be setting up a 3rd down and 8 situation.
Puts the pressure squarely on London offense right here, as Queen City defense has the advantage.
They're 1 for 2 on 3rd downs or London so far. Go with 4 wide, and they get to Jason Williams to try and get their punter some room, and he only gets to the 9. Jeff Duffy on the tackle. Phil Hunter will be punting away for London, so the Corsairs should get really good field position.
Oh, look at this.
Hunter kicks it away, and Queen City will get real primo position at their own 32.
Yeah, I fielded it at the 39, so they have trouble putting the ball even to midfield there, Colin.
Great opportunity for Queen City.
This wakes up the Rick meter a little bit.
They got a field goal on their only scoring drive.
Good special teams by the Corsairs, then a good defensive stand, and now great field position for the offense. It could all demonstrate all 3 phases of the game right here.
Fullback sweep to the right side. Jet Zero breaks the tackle. There goes Zero down to the 20, and they'll mark him out of bounds at the 14. Marcus Reed on the tackle. He's the leader in that back end. 6th year in the SFL, 1st year with London. Jet Zero had some great blocks, particularly from number 60 for the Corsairs.
Right, a lot of room to roam.
Pulling
there.
guard Corey Page in particular.
Oh, good. Thanks to our spotter for that pickup. Oh, that was Colin. Good job.
Jet Zero is the fullback in the power eye. He's got another man next to him. That's the other tight end. And Zero squirts through the middle and picks up about 7 yards down to the 6.
Caught him a little bit off guard as they handed it to the first man, Colin.
Usually we see the second man through.
Right.
Teams run those formations.
Exactly.
Not the first man.
Well, it caught me off guard anyway.
2nd and 2 at the 6. Corsairs taking advantage of primo field position. And Zero on the sweep. This time he'll get stopped behind the line of scrimmage.
Sicario there, and his teammates are fired up.
No, that was Telly Max Scarborough.
Oh, was it? I'm sorry.
Backer for London.
Thank you very much. Those young eyes.
3rd round draft pick Stephen Cleland, the undrafted free agent, also in the area. 3rd and 2. Here's the get to 0 one more time, and that gets down to the goal line. It'll be 1st and goal.
First down. Oh, we forgot to make the obligatory Captain Obvious comment. They can get a first down and without scoring.
At our halfback, it's Travis Dahlward, number 42. He'll be with 0. He's been throwing a couple key blocks on those sweeps. And he's out there again. Now they sweep it to the other side. He does his best to get back to the line of scrimmage. But a good tackle made by the defensive end, Joe Duncan, as well as Mr. Bagwell, number 31. The back reserve corner. Now they have Curtis flex in very tight to the formation. Here's the get to 0 on 2nd and goal, and Jack gets down to the 1, but he doesn't get in. The 3rd and goal. William Davidson on the tackle. So along with Duncan and Davidson is Matthew Braun, London's 1st-round draft pick, Brandon Ewing, and Devin Say are the corners out there. Jack Russell joins Marcus Reed in the 8th spot as 0 gets on the goal line, but they say he didn't break the plane. Telly McScarborough with a great tackle on the goal line.
Not the plane. It's not the plane, boss. Oh, we're not getting another look at it, and no challenge.
And Peanuts.
Must have been a no-doubter.
And the 17-yard field goal is up and good, so with 4:07 left, Queen City's only able to get 3 and cut it down to 1-point game. We're watching the Simulation Football League on 11 Sports and 4 to Fans. On 11 Sports and 4 to Fans.
Second and 10 from your Kings, 24 yards. First and 10. Ball at the 45 yards.
One gets knocked out of bounds at the 43.
My.
For Angus McLean, he's off to a really good start. He's 5 of 8. For 53 yards, and there's Williams, broke the tackle. And almost broke another one.
More sideline antics there, Colin. handoff. All he gets is the
And
line
Williams
of scrimmage.
is only to the line of scrimmage. It'll be 2nd and 10. Clock running now under 3 minutes to go as McLean surveys the situation on the line of scrimmage. You got 3 men.
Kind of likes his position here with the ball on the left side of the field.
And Williams again with the carry will only pick up 1.
Oh, no. Well, suddenly he does not like his offensive line.
Stenzo Woods Jr. comes up and makes the tackle and run support on Williams. 6'2", 240. Not an easy guy to bring down.
Hey, everybody, don't forget if you live in North America, it's Daylight Savings Time weekend. Spring forward tonight.
Yes, please. Don't want to get caught in the wrong end of that. As Angus McLean over the middle. Oh! Through an interception. Knocking that away. He's number 28 for the Corsairs.
Well, that was mighty dangerous. Like I said, the Knights were feeling pretty good here a minute ago, but this drive ends in a puff of smoke.
Punt is away. And they'll let this go.
Uh-oh.
And Queen City, that was a good choice as the ball bounces into the end zone. That'll come out to the 20.
Well, let's get a look at the Queen City 2-minute offense, Colin. They are 1 point down, and they have yet to put it in the end zone. Although just a field goal here at this point would put them or give them the lead.
They drove 30 yards in 8 plays last time they had the ball.
That's not a, if you're familiar with navigation VMG, that's a terrible VMG, velocity made good, 30 yards, only 30 yards in 8 plays.
Caswell back to throw, fires down the middle of the field. Oh, Stephen Hackett trying to make the one-handed catch, but could not.
That was
And
good.
you can see his frustration on his face as he jumps in the air.
Apparently heard my VMG comment because he tries to change things right around with that throw. Not sure what happened. It was there. The throw seemed to be delivered on time.
2nd and 10 at the 20. Jet zero in the backfield. They've gone to him all times they've been in this formation. They go to him again, and he only picks up 1. As we have fast approaching the 2-minute warning. Look at that average, 6.1 yards a carry. As we reach the 2-minute warning here in London, you're watching the Simulation Football League on for the fans in 11 Sports. Back here in London, England, Corsairs facing a 3rd and 9 in their own 21. They're down by a point.
I want to go back to that previous play. Well, we'll let this one run, Colin. Go ahead.
Empty backfield set. Caswell looking at 4 wide receivers. He's back to throw, and down he goes.
Wow.
Just as quickly, number 92 came flying in. That was Malcolm Reynolds, the other defensive tackle.
What I wanted to point out was on that 2nd down play, the Knights crowded the line and brought everybody up, and they all maintained their gaps or their lane integrity, and that's what shut down that running play. And I think they just did it again as incredible discipline by the Knights defensive unit, and that produced the sack. So forcing the Corsairs to punt, London's going to get another shot at this thing.
And Matthews kicks it away, and Gabriel Manning is ever dangerous returner. He's standing on the other side of 50, and he'll get just close to the 50, but not quite cross it. He'll get to the 49. Last time these two teams met, London won 44-23. That's second straight win in this series. Queen City had 11 carries, 32 rushing yards, only 2.3 yards a carry. London over 500 yards of total offense, 187 rushing yards from Reggie Streeter, over 300 passing yards from the now retired Rob Roby. They won 2 straight after losing the first 3 matchups between these teams, and they're looking to continue that momentum here today. Angus McLean's back to throw. Fires! Oh no! It's intercepted! Intercepted on the play! That is Christopher Dodd, and Christopher Dodd goes down to the London 36. Oh my!
Well, Queen City defense is better than the Queen City offense, I guess. They put their offense, they get the ball back and put their offense in good position with still some time, Colin. I think all options are available to them.
They have all 3 timeouts at their disposal. First and 10 at the 36. Caswell under center has 3 wide receivers, 2 to the bottom. 1 to the top, single back. He's there for pass protection, down the middle, complete.
Wow.
And that is all the way down to the 12, and that is the first reception of the day for Stephen Hacker. And what a way to go. Over 1,000 yards in style there.
Absolutely. Congratulations. And that was the manliest pump fake I've seen yet in this season, Colin. I thought he let that thing go. My mind's eye was tracking that downfield.
And Caswell, coming into the game, had over 2,300 passing yards, had 3rd most touchdowns in the league with 16. Had also 15 interceptions, so 1 more to the total. Went through earlier. He's looking. He's got Matthews down to the 5. Clock running under a minute to go. They have 2 timeouts, and now they're in a hurry up.
Well, this drive's got Denver the dog up and excited as he's bugging the you-know-what out of us in the booth.
Here's the throw out to Jet Zero. Zero's first catch of the day. He doesn't quite get the first down, but he picked up 2 yards. 3rd down from the 1. They would like to punch it in the end zone the worst way possible, I imagine. Caswell back to throw. Throws down the middle. Knocked away!
Almost intercepted. Almost gave it away.
Jack Russell knocked it in the air, and almost his teammates almost played volleyball with it. Oh, my. And another short field goal attempt for the man they call Peanuts, number 11, James Troll. And on hold of Max Barney.
We're waiting. There it is.
And snap. Spot kick is good from 20 yards. So the Corsairs, once again, unable to fully cash in a London Knights turnover for 6 points. Instead, have to settle for 3.
Well, this just in. The latest couple of possessions has pulled the Rick meter back to neutral and now is leaning Queen City Corsairs. They've shown the Rick meter an ability to move the football, and even though they're only scoring field goals, Colin.
Here's Gabriel Manning, catches it out of his own end zone. Up the middle he goes, cuts to the side, and it's knocked down at the 23 with 15 seconds left.
Even though they've only scored field goals, London has just been down there once, so it's got to be lean Queen City here as we approach halftime.
Angus McLean. He's thrown a couple of interceptions today. He's got, I imagine, Liam Crowder told him to be more careful with the football. Considering you're only down by 2. Here's another pass down the middle of the field. Oh, almost dangerous.
Right on cue, Colin. He almost threw a pick. That announcer jinx.
As far as the turnovers for London goes, coming in again at 26 turnovers. Despite having the league's 7th best passing attack. Their inability to keep the ball is a big part of why they have the record they do. Jason Williams up the middle, broke a tackle, And that'll most likely be the last play before we reach halftime. We reach halftime. The scores: Queen City 9, London 7. Let's take a look at the stats, Jason. Jason Williams, 46 yards rushing, 117 yards of total offense for London, 185 for Queen City. Dominating time of possession. They did throw the one interception, but other than that, they've kept it relatively clean. I'd imagine Eric Barkley wants to clean up the squad's inefficiency in the red zone. Siren Storm held without a catch in the first half. Most of the yardage going to Robert Garrett Jr., 26 yards and 2 receptions. Angus McLean, 6 of 12. 75 yards and a couple of interceptions. Jason Williams had the one catch for 22 yards. Stephen Hacker, one catch on 3 targets for 20 yards. Chris Curtis, 2 catches for 16 yards. Luther Gunn had the one catch for 8 yards. Jake Matthews Jr., 2 catches for 16. Zit 0. Closing in on 100. He has 93 yards and 15 carries. Along a 30. Here he is there, breaking tackles and making people just look silly in general. James Troll putting in the work today. He was signed in week 2 and showing off handsomely for Eric Barkley. And the data boys, the analytics boys of the Jacksonville Kings. So far, they're 3-0 against the spread. In this game, we're sort of trending toward the under, but there's still a whole half of football to play. Here's Stephen Hacker. For the catch, his Corsair teammates came in as double-digit favorites. They were at 10, and the over-under is at 48.5. Appreciate the work for both those guys. If you want to join the chat and interact with our community a little bit more, we're going to have next. Peanuts to kick this one away. To Manning, and Manning returns it from a yard deep out across the 20, close to the 25. They'll mark him down at about the 23. So for London, you've had a couple interceptions. You've shown the ability to move the ball. Scored a touchdown. Still only down by 2. You're 2-5 and can really muddle up the middle of the standings as teams continue to fight for wild card spots. Angus McLean throws. It's a deep out cut. First down. And that is another catch for Venkadia. Angus McLean throwing far to the other side of the field. Impressive arm strength there from the Scottish lad.
Right. Exactly. If it's not Scottish, it's you know what. So London Knights trying to bring the Rick meter back to neutral and show their home crowd they can mount a drive for 2 more points.
Jason Williams will get stopped in the backfield. TFL combined for Snindle Woods Jr. and Avery King. No sacks so far. Awful leads the way with 3 tackles. Kappa Jones and Chris Dodd both with interceptions of Angus McLean. We have a 2nd and 11. McLean, 7-step drop back, has to step up in the pocket. Let's go. It's intercepted. It's intercepted and turned upfield to the London 49. Corsairs will take over. Kappa Jones again, his 2nd. Pass intended for Siren Storm. team's leading receiver in terms of yardage.
Well, that pick spoils what was a great pickup in the pocket as the left DN for the Corsairs was coming in. It was closing in for a sack, and
That was Tillery.
the fullback or whoever was back there sank back and picked them up, allowing Angus to throw, and he ends up throwing it away.
Caswell under center. 6-step drop, fires. Oh, he almost threw a pick to Ewing, but he had his man open behind him. Just had to get a little more air under that football.
Yeah, that's one of my specialty coaching moments there. You just air that thing out, throw a little rainbow. He's already behind the defenders. Let him run underneath it. You don't have to dart that or missile that thing.
There's the man, Stephen Hacker. I'm sure he wants to get his team in the end zone at some point. From the gun is Caswell. He's back to throw. Fires. This is a corner out. One-handed catch by Hacker. And he goes into the end zone. Touchdown. Queen City.
Wow, great job, Hacker. And if we get another look at this, watch after he secures the catch. He puts it in another gear. Maybe we'll see it here.
Look, he was in the slot.
Just watch this. And then right there, he's got
he
a
just
burst.
Had that burst to get away from Marquise Reed.
Catch me if you can. Oops, you can't. I got reservations for 6.
Number 11 is back for the point after.
15-7 pending the extra point. We've seen these things go a little bit hairy in the past.
Yeah, well, let's just say Hacker and the Corsairs are making the Rick meter look good. As they will attempt.
Snap back, hold, and the extra point is good. So with 9:53 left in the third, we have a 16-7 lead for Queen City. You're watching the Simulation Football League on 11 Sports and 4 the Fan. Well, the Corsairs have finally broken things open. It is now 16-7, following a spectacular touchdown toss from AJ Caswell to Stephen Hacker.
And that extra point was important because that makes it a 2-score game now. So
Gabriel Manning for a few yards deep in his end zone. They'll turn it up to the 22. These guys are a couple of the best receiving targets. You see the numbers there in terms of targets. Yards per reception. Storm is actually number 1, coming in at almost 22 yards per reception.
that's amazing. Well, so Hacker, his last catch, scores a touchdown, and that's on a possession where they intercepted the ball that was intended for Storm.
McLean back to throw over the middle. It's complete for a 5-yard pickup. And it's like we spoke it into existence. There's Sharon Storm, his first reception.
Indeed.
It's a 5-yard pickup on a little shallow in cut. You know, we see London, they like their big chunk plays, but with chunk plays comes risk, as we've seen.
Yes.
The 2 tight ends to one side. They will go that way for Jason Williams. Broke about 1 tackle for sure. Almost broke a second one. He gets to the 41, and the man they call Williams is heating up in a major way.
That's right. Well, and, talk about 2-score game, and still a lot of time, obviously, in this game to go. And as we have recently saw, about 30 seconds is enough for 3 scores.
McLean dumps this off. This is to Evan Wood. He picks up 7.
as the St. Louis Gladiators and the Seattle Tyrants so aptly demonstrated just a short time ago.
Second and 3 from your Kings.
If you didn't catch that game earlier, it's an instant classic. It'd be interesting to know what other games in the chat you guys think might have been or might be instant classics, but certainly that one.
Jason Williams picks up the first down as he's sandwiched between two defenders. Number 37 for Queens City, that is Nene Ferris, on a combo high-low tackle. Empty backfield set for Angus McLean. He draws someone offside, so he's got a free play. Fires over the middle. First down. That's a catch this here, and Storm will most likely decline the penalty, since they did pick up the first down on the play.
I think that's right.
To keep up with how your player and team are doing this season, visit simulationfl.net for standings, leaderboards, and sortable team stats. The rookie board is there too, tracking the next superstars in the SFL. Exciting development for rookies with SFLM, the Simulation Football League's official minor league. Their first two teams revealed, and in fact, London tight end Robert Garrett Jr. will be the head coach of the Boise Mud Dogs.
What a great name. And the second team named was?
The Ottawa Cavalry. So congratulations to those coaches and key players as the throw goes out the Storm. It'll be first down to the 24. London's not going away.
Little known fact, talent next to me, Colin, is friends with a Grey Cup winning Ottawa Red Black of the CFL.
That is right.
Nolan McMillan.
Their first ever draft selection in the Canadian football. Back on the field, Jason Williams with another carry, and he picks up 4 yards on the play. Avery King has been relatively quiet. That's his second tackle of the day. You know, we've seen a lot of linebacking twosomes throughout our time in the SFL. I would have to put King up there along with Afolabi as one of my favorites. McLean fires. Oh, that pass was dropped.
So
that
dangerous.
Pass was dropped.
Well, tipped, actually, right?
I think it was dropped by Andy Mann, the wide receiver. We'll get a look here.
All right.
Oh, I think he just dropped it.
No, he tipped it in the... Well, he didn't catch it, Colin, but it went up in the air. It didn't hit the ground. See? He batted it up in the air. Then it fell. That's very dangerous. Almost like an accidental set in volleyball there.
Angus McLean in the shotgun, 5 wide receivers. Sets up in the pocket. 3rd and 6. He's to throw. Slants over the middle. Hanging on for a great reception.
Vin Kalia again, Colin.
Vin Kalia once again, his reception, 41 yards. And oh boy, did he take a licking on that one.
Almost every one of his catches have been important. He's a gamer.
Storm in the slot. Kadia to the bottom. Manning up to the top. Gabriel's had a couple targets today, but no catches. Jason Williams on the carry, and Williams broke a tackle, but Avery King hits him from the side at the 4-yard line. It'll be 2nd and 4.
That's right. Either way, touchdown or field goal for the Knights. They're going to be able to cut this back to a 1-score game.
There's Avery King. 2 tight ends of bounce line, offset I formation to the left. Jason Williams slogging his way through traffic will pick up about 2 yards.
He got stood up at the line of scrimmage, and that allowed the DBs and even the safeties get in on the action to stone him right there.
Mendez leading the charge from his defensive tackle spot. 3rd and goal from the 2.
The Knights are going to have to open up a hole. If they're going to stay with running, they have to open up a hole much more quickly than that.
Manning is 6'4", so he's an inviting target down here in the red zone if they want to throw the ball. No, they'll give it to Jason Williams. And a walk-in untouched for a nice touchdown as he plants the sword in the end zone.
Kind of sort of reminded me of just sort of a walk in the garden. Hey, let's go over here. I'm going to take a little turn there, and trots himself into the end zone as he breaks the plane. He broke the plane. There we go. I'm in.
Oh, and we haven't had a Monty Python reference yet, and London's basically said, I'm not dead.
Not dead yet. Oh, by the way, back in our hometown in Ann Arbor, there's a place that serves something from Detroit Brewing called I'm Not Dead Yet IPA.
Snap was low, but the hold was good, and it is good. So with 5 minutes left in the third, London's cut it to a 2-point game, 16-14. You're watching the Simulation Football League on 11 Sports and 4 to Fan. JT Delaney set to kick off for London. His team is only down by 2, 16-14 with 5 minutes left.
In the third.
I forgot that important qualifier. Return is up to the 23-yard line for Queen City. You know, they put up a lot of offense this season. Total yardage leaders, they're right there, number 5 with over 391.7. And you look at New Orleans, they're definitely the class of the league as far as big plays on offense goes. Yardage is reflected
That's right.
there.
If you're in the yardage leaders, record's going to reflect that, and it does for Queen City.
That zero actually broke a tackle on the backfield, picked up 2 yards when he could have lost at least 3. Jack Russell coming up to meet him. You know, and this guy, he's 6 foot, 215, so it's not like he's at an incredible disadvantage in terms of size. He's actually a few inches taller than zero. Who's not on the field at the moment as the Corsairs line up in the shotgun. 2 receivers to the bottom, Curtis and Hacker. And they'll go out to the reserve tight end, number 89 for Queen City. That is Morris Jackson. You've seen him line up next to zero in that power eye look. And he makes it a 3rd and 1. Just run a little flat route and just made it happen. His big old body. They'll go sweep again this other side. Great block from the guard. And Jet Zero is loose. 40, 30, all the way down inside London territory. They'll mark him out of bounds at 31. And with that carry, Jet Zero is officially up over 100.
Wow. And watch this Jet Zero. No fear in this guy as he's being closed in on the end zone on the sideline, and watch him turn into the blocker. He's like, yeah, I'm not gonna go much farther, but I'm gonna deal out some punishment. Hat tip to Jet Zero on that one.
A pulling guard again for Queen City with a great outside block. Really sprung that play forward for a huge gain. Zero gets another carry. He charges up the middle for 2 well-earned yards to the 29.
I think they were trying to catch London a little off guard on that, but they may have been caught off guard, but they were ready for a little business up the middle.
Here's Curtis, flex down the very center of the formation, dive play up the middle, and we say gain of 1 yard to zero, and they'll look a little bit tired as Malcolm Reynolds brought him down. Third down at 7.
And there's that crowding of the line of scrimmage by the Knight defense again, and real discipline with
Queen
gap
City
integrity.
Queen City is 1 of 6 on third down. And they'll line up empty here. Caswell. Slit cut over the middle, caught by Stephen Hacker down to the 9-yard line. Will be
Hacker's just showing off now, Colin.
And he's doing it with no gloves, just tape on his fingers, you know? Just like a bit of old school look there. He grabs the ball in. Gloves, he says. I don't need no stinking gloves.
I lost track of our cultural references. I think that's at least number 4.
The backup halfback is in. Todd Mack lined up at fullback. And it goes back and instead it's intercepted. I believe it
was a drive killer there.
Jack Russell with the interception pass intended for Hacker. You're watching the Simulation Football League on 4 of the Fans and 11 Sports. Don't go anywhere. Back here in Queensway, Knights have another interception of AJ Caswell. They take over at their own 20. 1st and 10. Angus McLean will throw it out to Jason Williams, and Williams has a first down and more to give him about 11 yards. Gets knocked out of bounds. That's his 2nd reception. Mark him down for 2 catches, 33 yards on the stat sheet for Harrell and Jacob Clear, keeping track of the numbers for both of us. Keep us honest.
Yeah, and so London's got the ball back, Colin, after sort of a surprising drive-killing pick in the end zone after they got pushed around pretty good by Queen City all the way down the field and come up with a big play down just by 2, and the offense is coming off a successful drive, and they're back on the field.
Manning is in the slot, Storm to the outside. Instead, they go swing with Williams, and Jason this time picks up 7 yards. Angus McLean chunking him out. He has a touchdown pass, but he has 3 interceptions. Caswell also a touchdown and a few picks. And Queen City is challenging that Jason Williams did not go out of bounds, so we'll get our first replay challenge here. It'll be interesting to see what our 62 sees as we take a peek under the hood.
Here's a good look at it.
Here's the catch.
Ooh,
I think he stepped right about.
I think he did. I think somebody's going to be pretty happy with the challenge.
Faces tell it all. Eric Barkley, you are a smart man.
You are correct, sir. Ha ha ha. Thank you.
And Liam Crowder looked like he wanted to eat his own shoe.
Right. Well, it was pretty clear on the replay.
So they give him a loss of 1 on the reception. Looks like he threw that pass a little too wide.
Yeah, a little bit. Yep. That's hard to control your momentum when you're a big athlete like that headed to the sideline. But here's a give.
Williams on the carry, breaks a tackle and almost picks up the first down anyway. He got 10.
Makes it 3rd and short.
Whole playbook's open here.
The whole playbook.
You know, they can go to anyone. I will say JQ, the fullback, has been really clearing the way for Williams in addition to those 2 tight ends. Shout out to him. Here's to get to Williams. Follows his fullback for the first down to the 47 as we wind under a minute going to 3rd. Williams closing in on 100 yards. He's at 89 at the moment.
And the Knights get a first down just playing man ball, hat on hat, strength on strength, and they're able to open up a little lane for him, and he picks up first and more.
Solid gap blocking there by the Knights.
What are you, some kind of color analyst? That's a good comment.
Blitz being shown by Queen City. They back out of it. Here's the throw this time to Williams. He's plenty of inbounds and will pick up 5 yards for his troubles as he's brought to the ground by the linebacker number 54, Albert Begin. And that'll be most likely the final play of the quarter.
No, they're going to get one off.
Doesn't quick snap it. And they do. It's a Jason Williams carry. He gets smothered in the backfield.
They instantly regrets.
And after 3 quarters of play, Queen City leads by 2, 16-14. You're watching the Simulation Football League on 11 Sports and 4 to Fan. As we begin the 4th quarter of play, Corsairs up by 2.
Maybe I should have yelled 2.
And the Knights looking to take the lead by any way necessary. They come out with 5 wide on this, a 3rd down and 8.
Could be interesting. I like this.
Press coverage from Queen City. You can see all 11 defenders. Angus! Oh, we almost threw an interception.
Seemed to throw it to nobody but Queen City. Not sure what happened there. Let's get another look at it.
He was looking for the star today.
What? Just a mental mistake there. Oh, I think he thought 19 was gonna cut under the linebacker.
Instead, it's like he threw it right to the linebacker.
Yeah, so that's a receiver mistake, not a QB mistake.
It's a good deal. And he was covered like a blanket.
Like a blanket. We're up to 7 cultural references for those keeping track, and here's the punt.
And Queen City returns this up to their own 19-yard line.
Well, if you're a London Knight fan, you're disappointed that drive stalled out, but you're happy with backing Queen City up in their own 19. Let's see what their defense can bring to the table.
There's an aspect to Queen City's uniforms that I wanted to Talk to you about, Rick. You're not fishing out of fun socks. How about those socks for the Corsairs?
With those big horizontal stripes, yeah. They're definitely noticeable. I was thinking about that earlier. Do we like them? Do we not like them? Who cares?
Caswell over the middle. Oh, he almost threw an interception. Oh, that was tipped by about 2 different nights, and Jack Russell almost had his second pick of the day.
Oh, my.
That would have been a golden opportunity for London.
I don't know if we'll get a sideline shot of Liam Crowder, but I think he just ate his clipboard right there.
Or at least landed down to the ground in jolly good fashion.
Jolly good. Jolly good shit.
2nd and 10, Caswell, medium drop back. Throw to the sideline this time, Chris Curtis with the catch. He gets 6 yards, set up a 3rd and 4. Well, convert 2 third downs, but, you know, they especially need this one, considering you're stuck a little bit back in their own end.
Yeah, they would like to not give the ball back to the Kniggets anytime soon.
There's Stephen Cleveland, the outside linebacker. Tight ends aren't on the same side. Jet Zero is in the game. Back to throw over the middle, caught by Chris Curtis for the 1st down. Caswell's approaching 200. He's about 188. Jacob Clear keeping track of the numbers for us. There's Chris Curtis. As Corsairs go man ball with split backs.
This is a goal line formation.
Jet Zero again, and he gets under. Malcolm Reynolds records the TFL, loss of 3 yards on the play. Yeah, Mike and Proto, welcome to the chat, sir. Good to see you. Wildcats are going to be looking to bounce back from an overtime defeat later today.
Exactly. Hey, and for Proto, we can update the Rick meter. It is still lean Corsairs.
Caswell, this time he flares it out to Jet Zero, and Zero gets out of bounds at his 39. Sets up a 3rd and 7.
Historical recap of the Rick meter so far. It's either been neutral or lean one way or the other. It hasn't been solid for either team. We've got a low-scoring game, which is sort of uncharacteristic for these teams.
3rd and 7, London desperately needs to get off the field if they still want to have a chance, even though there's plenty of time left. Every stop is critical.
As they would say in the Rudy movie, the issue is still in doubt. The Rick meter reflects that.
Caswell over the middle, Chris Curtis on the post cut. Will pick up the 1st down. Marquise Reed saves what could have been a touchdown. It's Caswell, he's just delivering these dimes to people. It's a clean pocket to set up from. Nice catch.
Indeed. Just kind of weaves his way through the shrubbery to find an open spot, and Caswell delivers the ball. Throws it in his general direction.
3 wide receivers. Gunn in the slot. Caswell, 7-step drop, out, and he'll go. This to Hacker, and Stephen Hacker is approaching 100 yards very quickly. That's his 4th reception. A 4th reception for 96 yards, according to our statistician, Jacob Clear. 2nd and 5. Jet Zero and the 3 tight end package on the field. We're going to expect what's coming. London looks like they're prepared for it with a bit of outside blitz. They go the other way, and Jet Zero is unable to get out of the backfield. Stop him at the line of scrimmage. Devin Say on the tackle. Well, not an easy task for Devin, considering he's 5'8", 180. Tackle guy who weighs over 200 pounds at 230. Impressive leverage there. Will win every time. 3rd down and 7 for the Corsairs. Ball on the London 32. Caswell back to throw. Fires over the middle. Caught! It's Luther on the reception.
Wow.
Makes an extending catch and hangs on despite the solid tackle.
Indeed, I'm stunned. That was actually a pretty difficult catch that he makes.
3 tight ends. They only play in this formation. They sweep the other way. There was traffic there. Jet Zero gets to the line of scrimmage. William Davidson, 4th tackle. He's got 2 sacks. Mike and Prota poses an interesting question in the chat. He says, if you knock and no one's home, does it make a sound?
I don't know. You got to check your Ring doorbell, I guess.
It's 2nd and 10. Caswell in the gun. 3 wide receivers, 2 to the top. 1 at the bottom is Hacker. Caswell will back to throw, has protection. Blitz coming. Fires. Whoa! What a catch by Chris Curtis. Out of bounds at the 2. 1st and goal.
Wow.
And the London Knights are in a very, very precarious position.
So in addition to Stephen Hacker showing off, now everybody's getting in the game with these absolutely killer athletic feats being demonstrated here by the Corsairs, Colin.
Chris Curtis flexed very tight to the formation. Jet Zero on the carry, and Zero will plunge his way in for the touchdown from 2 yards out, make it a 22-14 game, pending the extra point. And the hill just got a little more steeper on London.
It did, and again, this extra point will be importante, because it will take it to a 2-score game. So I was mentioning we had bring out your dead IPA at a local establishment, and so a weasel walks into the bar, and the bartender says, "What do you have?" You know what he said? "Pop," goes the weasel.
Yes. As the snap was a bit high, but Troll kicks it through, and we have a 23-14 game with 6:30 left. You're watching the Simulation Football League on 11 Sports and for the fans. Back here in Queensway, Knights are down by 2 scores with 6:30 left. Can Gabriel Manning give his team good field position on upcoming return? Stroll boots it away. Manning, up the middle he goes, following his blockers, cuts the outside down at the 22. And he is the SFL's Devin Hester. Look at those kick return yards and yards per kick return. He's got 13 touchdowns, most all time in that category. This is a guy who gets paid a big contract, and you can see with numbers like that why he gets paid like. Angus McLean under center. Take a quick drop back, and down he goes. David Tillery on the sack. Loss of 4, 2nd and 14 coming. It was 2nd and 14. 2 tight ends, 1 to either side. 1 receiver to the top, 1 to the bottom. Angus McLean, medium drop back. Has to avoid the rush, but can't avoid Jeff Duffy. And National Football Team. First time I've seen you around in the chat. Yes. Are there any Swedish teams in the league? He says, no. And my father says no Swedes, unfortunately, just in the booth. And actually, I believe Jeff Duffy lives. As it's a 3rd and 20, Angus McLean firing down the field, and Gabriel Manning unable to come up with a reception. A 4th and 20, and most likely a punt.
Oh, that was going to be gorgeous. That was a thing of beauty, except for the end result.
Then just a little too far.
Your team has selected
And Phil Hunter on for the punt.
is beat to receive.
And here is the punt from Hunter. Feeling about the 50. And return to the 43 is where the Corsairs will begin.
Hey, if you're new to the SFL, get your spot in the SFL Minor League, SFLM, today to hashtag claim your spot and begin your SFL career. Subscriptions are going fast, and the inaugural kickoff begins in April. First pro subscribers get first priority on choosing their position, so don't delay your career another second. We can't wait for you to make an impact.
We already mentioned the two teams revealed, the Ottawa Cavalry and the Boise Mud Dogs. Can't wait for the others. As the throw over the middle is complete, that is Jet Zero lined up as a tight end in the empty shotgun. We'll get a little look at it here. This guy can run routes too. That's pretty impressive.
Right, they haven't used him a whole lot that way, but he is a weapon, and they take the wraps off him right there. And with that first down, I think the Rick meter is going to go solid Corsairs at this point with 5 minutes to go and a 2-score lead. And now they're with them in field goal position.
6 receptions on 8 targets for Chris Curtis, 103 yards. Caswell to throw again, down the field to go. Oh, he
what?
almost. Almost.
Did that hit him in the
Brandon Ewing celebrating like he made a play,
back?
but he should have caught the ball.
Ewing was not viewing.
2nd and 10.
Could have made an even bigger. He did make a play. He got in the way. I don't know that that's worth celebrating.
Jet Zero in the backfield along with tight end next to him. Zero gets it on the dive and they'll pick up 3 yards.
Brings up 3rd and a little longer than they would like, but of course, there's obviously starting to think about getting into wasting time mode as we've moved under 5 minutes.
Split shotgun look, 3 wide receivers
In the competition.
for Caswell. Play clock under 5. Caswell takes off on his famous quarterback lead play, but will only pick up 1 yard. National Team Football has subscribed to FTF with a Tier 1 subscription. Thank you, sir. Now James Troll to try a bit longer field goal. He's already made a couple from a short distance. This will be spotted just past the 30-yard line. Right hash. And the field goal is good from 42 yards away.
Okay. National Team Football might have the comment in the chat of the week so far. Just going to leave that there.
Look at Max Paul, 3-time SFL champion in the chat. Good to see him, Max. Inducted in last year's Hall of Fame class.
Ramen cracks me up as well.
And Manning on the return breaks the tackle. Oh, he almost broke it open.
Well, it's desperation time for the London Knights.
As you see their points a game, season 11 they were last 2 years they've been top 5 at number 3. This year they're 10th. They could really use some of that offense right about now.
Yeah, they need a little bit of that old London Knight mojo. As it's crunch time, they need a couple of scores.
Under center is McLean. Quick drop back, slant cut over the middle of the man wide open.
That's how you do it.
That is Vin again.
Yeah, oh, just in from the sideline. Liam Crowder is now showing his London Knights squad the end of the Seattle-St. Louis game from earlier today to inspire them.
Saren Storm with the catch.
So we had 3 scores in the last 30 seconds.
Here's the throw out to Jason Williams. One-handed catch, ran over the defender, but they got trucked by Apalabi. Here's the throw down the middle of the field. Avery King almost had a pick that could have ended things. See, he's showing off his range. He's not just a tackler, folks. He can cover.
3rd and 2.
There are 3 wide receivers. 3rd down and 2. 2:41 as the clock stopped. Angus McLean throws on the run. Oh!
He's got it.
No, he said
Oh,
he
he
dropped
did
it,
not.
man. Dropped it.
Oh, no. 4th and 2.
Nene Ferris with a saving play as he knocked it out of Manning's hands. Oh, my goodness. Fourth and 2 with 2:37. London has to have this 4th down conversion.
Let me just say, I'm inspired by national team football. I'm going to have to start learning or relearning my Swedish, which was never very good. 'Cause I got to go see the Stockholm Astronomers, excuse me.
As the in cut is caught for the 1st down. That is Andy Mann, who had to drop earlier. And here we go. 1st and 10 from the 18. Deep draw back for McLean. Fires to the sideline. Gabriel Manning dropped it. Oh, my.
Whoa. That was so right there.
Clock stopped at 2:18 left. And for Manning, it has not been the best of days for him. No catches to my recollection so far.
2nd and 10.
Well, for national team football from Ann Arbor, there's a guy named Halber who is the GM of the Linköping Lions. He also is, I believe, in the Swedish Hall of Fame right here in Ann Arbor, Michigan.
Here's the throw over the middle. Caught by the tight end. He got to the... No! They said he didn't get to the 1st down.
My goodness.
Will they get one off before the 2-minute warning? Robert Garrett Jr. hustles back. They do get it off. And they go backwards instead. They lost a bunch of yards. We've reached 2-minute warning. You're watching the Simulation Football League on 11 Sports and for the Fan. Fourth and 4. Can Gabriel Manning come up in the clutch time for his team? His contract was the highest by far. Can Angus McLean look his direction? No! He doesn't look his direction and knocked away. It's Caligula again, and Spencer Woods Jr. knocks it away.
He didn't really have an opening there, Colin, and he lets it fly anyway. Of course, it was 4th and 2. It was now or never. And there's a turnover on downs as your Queen City Corsairs take over.
And they're on 11 with 1:53 left. London has all 3 timeouts remaining.
They will use them to their advantage here to get the ball.
Jet Zero tackling them back for a loss of 3 and let the timeout burning begin.
Queen City, it's a game of can we get a first down, or are we going to have to punt this thing from our own end zone?
Power I formation to the left. Jet Zero carry again. This time he gains the loss there. He's back.
So it brings up 3rd and 10, Colin.
148.
If they can get the stop here, they will get the ball back.
Okay. We had a bunch formation. Steven Hacker has to be the necessary guy for this one. Play action over the middle. No. And it was the most unlikely of targets. James Matthew Jr., the tight end.
Not used him very much today, but he's open.
In between the two linebackers.
Able to ramble across the line to gain. And that's going to salt this one away. For Queen City, who comes across the pond here, Colin, and takes care of business.
In the minute 42, they'll go into victory formation.
Well, it was close for a while, but Queen City puts the hammer down here in the 4th quarter. And this game was a little closer than what the score might indicate. Right up really until the last probably 5 minutes, 7 minutes.
Queen City will move to 6-2. Barring any miracles, and London will fall to 2-6. But they had no need to hang their head in shame. They played a really good ball game. It's just their offense couldn't come up with the plays when it mattered the most. But they played a much better second half than they did the first.
Indeed, and it's not often we get a palindrome in the records here as a result. See if anybody knows what that SAT word is about.
Caswell, that'll be the final kneel down. I don't think they have to snap it anymore. Borrow a quote from Bob Ufer. Victory is 1,000 fathers, while defeat is an orphan. And for Queen City, they got to feel good about pulling this one out of the fire, considering it was a 9-7 game beginning of the second half. And they end up winning this one 26-14. And we'll take a look at our post-game stats. You know, Queen City had over 128 rushing yards.
Queen City puts the hammer down and ends up with 409 total yards, Colin.
Jet Zero with 126. And their defense definitely came to play. Kappa Jones with 2 picks of Angus McLean.
You'll see a total of 5 picks in this highlight reel.
Steven Hacker showing off.
Right, his burst of speed.
Going over 1,000 yards. James Stroll single-handedly kept his team in the game. First half, scored all 9 of their points. And Jason Williams ended up with 94 yards on 23 carries. Touchdown. And this pick by Jack Russell kept things interesting for London. Avery King finishes with 8 tackles. Sally Mac Scarborough with 8. Jet Zero punched it in from the 1. He had over 120 yards from his fullback position, which is insane for a fullback. Insanely good for a fullback. Angus McLean finishes with 177 yards, 18 of 32 passing, 2 touchdowns, and unfortunately for him, 3 interceptions. And Gabriel Manning, his disappointing year continues. No receptions, although he's thrown to 4 times. Jet Zero is your player of the game, 25 carries, 126 yards, with 24 yards receiving and a rushing touchdown. For those of us in the Simulation Football League, I'm Colin Northrup, he's Rick Northrup, Jacob Clear was on stats, our producer is Cameron Irvine. So long from London. Enjoy the rest of the SFL action.